So, very good afternoon, all of you. And I'm waiting for my slides to come on. That's me! Woo! So, I've been a professional speaker for 19 years. I've been on TV, I've been on radio, I've been on newspaper. Have any of you heard of me before this convention? No. Wow, very loudly he says no. It's okay, I'm deeply hurt, but anyway. If you want to know more about me, just go to my website, christianchua.com. Don't Google my name, Christian Chua. Because if you Google Christian Chua, it goes to a website called Chua Chu Kang Christian Cemetery. That's a place in Singapore. So I am a body language expert, and during the Trump and Hillary election, I was invited by my national TV to give a live commentary that was watched by 50 million people. And subsequently, when Trump met Kim in Singapore, I was approached by 9 TV stations. I only obliged 7 because I just couldn't stretch myself too thin. So thank you for your applause. And so I wanted to be a cover of a magazine. I have not. So there's this magazine in Singapore called August, and the best looking guy of the month goes up there. So I submitted my photo. I was instantly rejected. And they asked me if I mind if they give me another magazine. I said, will it be in the front cover? Then they said, yeah. I said, okay, any magazine. And they gave me a Hungry Ghost Festival magazine called 7 Months. Okay, that's just a joke. So today, would you like to learn how to read people's minds, like your event organizer? They say no budget, but they actually have a budget. Would you like to know how much they have in their head? Yeah, because for body language, you can hear what they are not saying. That's cool, yeah? So, first of all, research says that 7% spoken words, 38% you give an impression in your tone and voice, 55% on body language. So, which is important? Body language? Why not just take it all? Right? So, if you hear the spoken words, you hear the rhythm, you hear the tone of voice, and you also look at body language, you get all the information. You know, a lawyer, he only wants a yes or no answer. Answer me. Did you murder the girl? Yes or no? Straight answer. Yes or no? In body language, we want to hear the hesitation. The hesitation, the tone of voice. I didn't do it. That's important to us. Okay? So recently, when when Moon met Kim, do you recall this picture? The historical meeting between the North and South leader. You see, the South leader gave a one-hand handshake. The North leader gave a double-hand handshake. If I could paraphrase the picture, it sounded like, I am so excited and I really am dying to make friends. And could you just help me to be part of the community, the world community? And I don't want to be a villain anymore. Okay? And now there's this second picture. I didn't do an analysis until I saw some analysis on YouTube, which I thought was a bit wrong. They said, the leaders now are becoming a bit effeminate. They're holding hands. And they took Trump and Macron holding hands and a few more pictures, and they put them all together and said, the world leaders are becoming more effeminate. No, you need to take something into consideration, and that's called a conversation. So I did a bit more research, and they were speaking Korean, of course, and the conversation went something like that. The South Korean said, so nice to meet you, and the North Korean said, we've lost a lot of time together. Let's not go back to where we used to be. And then this is the part, the South Korean leader asked, now that you're in the South, when can I go to the North? That was the conversation. And instantly, spontaneously, he said, now, right now. And he brought him over with the hand. That was important. That's critical. And from there, I built on my continuous analysis, and I think this guy is quite serious about dismantling his nuclear plants, and I want to be a normal nation. That's my prediction. Okay? So I'm going to talk about body language today for speakers, and it's only about 30 minutes long. But I assure you, if you attend my 8-hour workshop, whole day on body language, on the 8th hour, you will become paranoid. So I want to, first of all, thank you for inviting me to your country. Indeed, it has the best beaches in the world. Sorry, Lindsay. And he talked about smiling. Jonathan talked about smiling. So I want to talk to you about this incident I had. I didn't plan to, but I thought this was a good story. I was invited by an insurance company to speak in Bangkok one year, and I didn't have to attend in the morning session. So I was at the breakfast alone, and the whole place was empty. After which, when the session was over and all the agents came out to have breakfast, it started to become quite full, which means people are going to share a table. So here came this guy, and I was sitting at my table, and there was an empty seat on this side, and he came and he said this, "Excuse me, is this seat taken?" And I gave my biggest smile, and I said, "No, please, let me have the pleasure of having your company for breakfast." He did this. He did this. Literally giving me the cold shoulder. I'm human. I feel offended. But you know what? I'm a people magnet. And I'm an influencer. I'm going to make him happy rather than he make me unhappy. So I began talking to him. And I said, "Are you one of the agents?" And he answered in a one-word answer, "No." One-word answer means he is not willing to engage. I keep asking him. I said, "So are you from the other seminar?" And he said, "Yep." One-word answer. And I said, "What's your seminar all about?" "Human rights." Human rights? And he behaved like that. Okay, doesn't matter. Then I asked him, "So where are you from?" He said, "I'm from Nepal." Oh, Nepal. That gives me a secret weapon. I took out my phone, went to Google Translate, and I click in, "What is your name?" English to Nepali. And it went something like that. "Timro Nama Teho." He looked at me and he flipped his chair and he said, "You know how to speak Nepali?" Then I said, "I do now." He said, "Let me have a look at that." And he said, "Wow, Google Translate, and it has my native language. And you're asking me, what's my name?" "Hi, my name's Ramesh. Nice to meet you." I said, "Hi, I'm Christian Chua." He said, "What do you do for a living?" I said, "I'm a body language expert, and I can help police catch thieves anytime, easily." And he said, "Wow, do you know who I am?" I'm like, "Duh, you didn't even say anything." "Who are you, Spider-Man?" And he said, "I'm the Perm Secretary to the Minister of Home Affairs of Nepal. And all the policemen in Nepal is under my charge. And I'm happy to invite you to Nepal to give a talk to them." So easy. We're talking about networking skills. So cool. Okay, so smile and be committed to influence others. So how do you spot a tell during a meeting? So you saw the three panelists. They have different price range, and you do not know how much to quote. For the young speakers, they ask me, how much should I quote? I always tell them, whatever the client can afford. Why? Because instead of enriching your bank account, enrich your branding first. Okay, go out there, get as much experience. But for the rest of us and you guys who want to maximize the fee structure, first of all, this is a neutral position. If the client's really interested, he leans forward. Why? Just like, during dinner when you gossip and you say, "Hey, do you know what happened to Mary and the husband? What happened? What happened?" Everybody want to not miss anything. So in the same way, they lean forward when they are interested and they want to hear every single detail about what you're saying. Got that so far? Then, that's a positive language. This is a neutral position, which is probably what they start off with. This is evaluating. The good news is you haven't lost the job. The bad news is you haven't won the job. The third point, crossing the arms, giving a negative look. This is bad news. You're beginning to lose the job. I'll come back to all these and explain how you apply them. And this is, you're done. He have finished listening to you. Okay? I'm done listening to you. So how does that work? You probably start off with a neutral position. And if you speak on and you seem to be the right speaker, the suitable speaker, the client starts to lean forward to listen more, ask more questions, launching forward. Partway through, you see the client move from positive to evaluating. Do not continue. Replay backwards. What was the last statement you said that fed his mind, change his emotion, and make it show physically? So you said something, change his positive behavior to, oh, that wouldn't work. So what could it be? It could be anything. So hypothetically, just let me give you an example. You said something like, well, this is my fees, but I always travel on business class. And he goes, oh, no, that would be a problem. You understand what I'm talking about? So when you see that, you stop and you say, would that be a problem? I just mentioned I had business class. You say, you know, our company's policy, only the C-suite level travels by business, speakers and all the rest travel by economy. Then you know how to counter. You say, okay, then my fees will be slightly adjusted. Give me a economy class ticket and I'll do my own upgrade. Then you get by that. Cool? Then there's this negative part. Okay? So again, when the guy is positive, you said something to trigger it to become negative. And when I said negative, it means the facial expression shows negativity. Because folding the arms alone doesn't make him negative. There are three readings. Folding of arms could be, I'm cold. So those of you who are directly under the air condition, you might be doing this. Number two, if you are seated today in the theater style without a table, and you do not have armrests, after a few hours, your shoulders get tired, and you might fold your arms. The third reading is negative, and it usually comes with the facial expression. Twisted smile, suck in lips, frown, okay? So when you see something like that negative, you go back and you ask, what did I just say? And you may have said something like, well, I need a 100% upfront payment. And he goes, no, that would be a problem. But he's not saying it. He's just showing it. So you go back and you ask again, I just said I need a 100% upfront, is that a problem? You said, you know, ours is an MNC, I'm a regional office, I need the check to be signed by head office in the United States, and then the check, then can you take a 30-day credit? Oh, sure, of course. Okay, then no problem, let's carry on. You see that? So just by using this technique, you can counter a lot of landmines and road harms that you come across. Now this last one is, he heard your terms, he heard what you have to propose, and he goes, this is not the speaker, this is not the one. And you keep pitching, and he just, okay. So then if there's anything, I'll let you know. He will tell you that you're gone, okay? Because he's decided not to give you the job. When you see this, you immediately, in emergency, break the glass. You have seen the thing? In emergency, break the glass. This is a time where you press the emergency button and you said, Mr. Speaker, what is it that would make, what is it that will make you hire me? Ask very straight, direct, critical question. What is it that will make you hire me? What can I do to make this deal sweeter? And it could be anything. It could be, well, your fees is 30% higher than what we expected. Could be. Oh, we need a translator because half the crowd is in Chinese. Oh, I have a translator and no extra charge. Whatever. Okay, so but when he comes to this position, you are done. You're gone. So make sure you do not walk out of the room when the person is in this position. Understand so far? Okay, good. Volume, please.
I just want to ask you like some
Louder.
questions. For example, do you think
Louder.
like my pink hair is nice?
Okay, so I'm going to play this video again. So this is the blogger from Singapore. She's a bit controversial, but never mind. So I spent 30 minutes teaching her on body language, and then we went out to meet this first person. So the question she's going to ask, in case you don't understand our Singlish, which is terrible, broken English, what she's saying is, I have pink hair, do you like my pink hair? Okay, so if you like the pink hair, now we take into context, this girl's pretty popular, and her videos will have at least 60,000 hits. The one that I'm on, this one, has 180,000 hits. So you need to understand there's a context, there's a camera pointing at this guy, and what he says can have an impact on himself. So if he likes the pink hair, he will say, I like it. No issue. Right? Chris, do you like the workshop so far? You like my presentation? She goes, her eyes open, and she goes like that, very instantaneously. Okay, so I'm going to share with you how we're going to read this. So I play it again.
What's your name?
Oh, Austin?
Okay, Austin.
Listen.
Okay, I just want to ask you like some questions. For example, do you think like my pink hair is nice?
It's how to say
how to say, don't say, we know already. Okay, why? Because if it's nice, we just say it's nice. And if it's not nice, I need to think of a tactful answer. That's why he took some time. Okay, so we listen to what he answered. What he actually said, huh?
What's your name?
Oh, Austin?
Okay, Austin.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to ask you like some questions. For example, do you think like my pink hair is nice?
It's how to say it's very striking.
It's striking! He doesn't understand the question. It's like asking you guys, do you like durians? Oh, it has a lot of thorns. We're asking you whether you like, and you tell me there's a lot of thorns. It's called an evasive answer. Why? Because can I not tell you the truth that I don't like your pink hair? So I will say something like, oh, it's striking, it's very bright, things like that, okay? Eventually, he said,
It's how to say it's very striking.
Okay.
And I would say it's attractive on you.
he said it's attractive on you. So if you have selective hearing, you said, there, he likes it. He said it's attractive on me. That's selective hearing. You need to understand, liars take time to lie. So if I invite one of you to my house, and I'm a lousy cook, but I'll cook for you anyway, and after I serve the meal, I'm so excited, and I say, ma'am, do you like my cooking? You say, it has a unique taste. I think it's fabulous. After a while, you realize it's better to tell a little white lie. And do you realize he used the word it's? It's is a distancing language. If you use I, it's more committed. How do you like the program so far? It's all right. How do you like the workshop so far? I love it. And you see words, exaggerated, expressive words like adorable, it's resplendent, it's awesome, it's fabulous. Big words are very committal words. If you use words like it's okay, it's not bad, it's lukewarm. So you guys, if you want to know the feedback in your workshop, you just ask us the question, how do you like my workshop so far? That's okay, or that's bad. That's actually quite bad, okay? And he said it's attractive on you. So the word it's. How many of you do you recall the days when you were in school and you got a call from the teacher, your mom got a call from the teacher? Hello, Miss Miranda. Your daughter was caught cheating in school today. She's so angry, she goes to your dad and says, your daughter, not she gave birth, but the father gave birth, your daughter was caught cheating in school. But if the call came in and said, ma'am, your daughter came in first in school, but before we let the results out officially, we thought we'd let you know. You're so happy, you said, my daughter! You tell the whole village mine. You see the difference? Just by the choice of words. And that's what we mean by words do play an important role. And some of my advanced lessons I teach even on the phone. We read body language on the phone. Actually, we are actually doing speech analysis. The choice of words that people use, I would know. Okay? So there's one, okay, I'll come to that in a moment.
Do you think I am like a midget, like I'm very short?
Not.
You see that? What was that? When you want to ask a question, which I'm going to teach you how to do it later, when you want to ask a question, make sure it's clean and direct. Do you like short girls? Do you think I'm attractive being a short girl? You do not use words like, do I look like a midget? Because you saw his eyes going up. What was he imagining? Midgets running up and down. And then the moment he imagines that, his face cramps. Like, oh, okay? Watch this.
Do you think I am like a midget, like I'm very short?
Look.
Not really. I think I've seen shorter people around. so-
Where?
Do you find short girls attractive?
Okay? Where? Up there. He's looking at midgets, okay? Do you find short girls attractive? I'm sorry, I will play this again because I don't have the laptop with me. Normally I'll stop and go, but because laptop is with AV.
Do you think I am like a midget, like I'm very short?
Not really. I think I've seen shorter people around. So
Do you find short girls attractive?
I find them pretty adorable.
Okay.
I find them adorable. You see the difference? The first question was, it's all right, it's okay, your pink hair's okay. I find them adorable. So you see clues like these, then you know how sincere they are. But if you're not convinced, you turn the question and you ask, do you prefer taller girls? And you see a different reaction.
I prefer shorter girls.
Okay.
Okay? When you ask, do you prefer taller girls? He had this face. The moment he think of taller girls, he went to do this. Okay? Because body language is information that's fed into the head. Triggers an emotion. The emotion is personified by the facial expression, the words, and the body movements. Okay so far? Okay. So, what do we do as speakers? When we are doing a pitching, at the end of it, they will say something, okay, thank you, we'll consider. If you want to know whether that's a hot lead or a cold lead, you need to ask a direct question. Are you likely to hire me? And they are not expecting that. You see that? So you ask the speaker, the client, are you likely to hire me? And they go, this type of stuff we need to vet through 3 speakers. I'm seeing another 2 more speakers. You got very low chance. Because I've been through so many of these meetings, and if they're really interested, I ask them, are you likely to hire me? And they said, everything looks really good. No, I just need my boss to have approval, and we're good to go. That sounds like it's a done deal, doesn't it? And sometimes they trigger and say, no, since you asked me, I think we'll just confirm it right now that you'll be our speaker. And she tells the secretary, can you cancel the other 2 appointments? Isn't that nice? So when you ask such question, are you likely to hire me? You get an instant response. And you know how much you want to chase for that event. So one of the speakers earlier on said, Tim said, how many of you are actually frustrated that you send your contacts to the event organizer because they ask you for your profile, and after that they don't respond? So recently I just had one, but we didn't talk about price first. So the moment they said, we're going to have this Skype call and everything, I said, let me tell you what my fee level is, because I wasn't ready to compromise. So the moment I gave the fee level, and we're supposed to have a Skype call the next day, it didn't come in. So on Saturday, I said, did you call me? Because I didn't receive that call. And the response I received this morning, I'm sorry, we were still looking into your fee range, and we are discussing about it. That's gone cold. That's below the fee range. Okay? So, when your client asks you your fee range, this is what you do. You look at him in the eye, you tell him the fee range. It's $5,000 a day. Is that okay with you? Direct. The guy is so shocked that you're asking him, he will either say, that's too high. Okay, I'm going to share with you. My fee is $5,000. Is that all right for you? He will look something like that. What? I wasn't expecting that. That's high. That's what he's thinking in his head. If he says it, it's very easy for you. If he doesn't say it, this is what he's saying. That's too high. Way too high. Okay? If he says something like, he's muttering something, but not a strong no, I'm shocked. It's like, slightly too high. Just slightly too high. We're talking about 10 to 20%. I don't have the time today because it's 30 minutes. I've done this in front of thousands of people. I asked a stranger, I said, think of a fee range that you're going to hire me. Okay? And then he started asking me, okay, on this date, I want to hire Christian Chua. Then I asked back, this is my fee. Is that all right with you? And the person's response, I immediately guessed, 8,000 is in your head. He said, yes. I get it right all the time. Plus, minus, maybe $500. I'll get it. 8,005? 8,000? That's what you had in your head? 4,000? 3,000? And you got it, okay? So, how many seconds do I have left? 5 minutes, very good. So I had one call coming in once, and they said, Christian, we would just like you to do a lunchtime talk. And I think, corporate lunchtime talk, That's not high budget, is it? How many people? Is it 20 people? Oh, 20 people can't be a lot. So I quote a, let's say this figurative speech, just for mathematics. I say 1,500 Singapore dollars. She immediately said, yeah, okay, yeah, that's absolutely fine. I said, crap, that's too low. I quoted too low. I know it was too low. And I said, how many people do you have in your organization? And she said, 120. And I said, only 20 people are coming? Why not we do 2 runs? And she said, yeah, okay, that sounds good. Good, yeah, 2 runs. Still too low. And I said, how long are you giving me? She said, 1 hour. And I said, 1 hour? I can't cover body language in 1 hour. How about we do part 1 and part 2? And then we do 2 runs. Altogether 4 runs. So it's 1,500, 1,500, 1,500, 6,000. And she said, yeah, perfect. And that's it. I've taken the entire lot. Sorry, guys. But I managed to know what her budget was, and I totally suck it all up. Sounds good? Okay. So if the person say, okay, sure, perfect, you are already spot on. You have already quoted exactly at that. I thought looked so frightened. Now Christian is revealing all our secrets, yeah? Exactly that, huh? Okay. So can you hire me to counter that? Huh? I teach you how to bully the speakers. Okay, so any kind of rubbing, facial touching, when you ask that question, it's a sign of nervousness. Now I'm on stage, you are not on stage. If I bring you on stage, you start doing all these kind of things. Okay, it's psychological that if you're nervous, you want to fight or flight, and if you don't, the energy is bottled up, you start rubbing and scratching and doing all kinds of unnecessary movement. This is self-comforting. You ask a question, how's your family? Yeah, family is fine, but they are rubbing and self-comforting each other, the family is not fine. I picked up a lot of this. Shirley Taylor, are you in the house? Do you recall one association meeting when you came and you said, hello, darling, hello, everyone? And I said, Shirley, what's the matter with you? And she said, nothing. And I said, Shirley, what's the matter with you? She said, damn, you're good. Cookie's dying. Do you remember that one? She was smiling to everyone, and I picked it up that something was bothering her. Her cat was dying. Okay? So finally, I think I want to do this slide. You know this mirroring thing? Have you heard about this mirroring thing? Your client leans backwards, you lean backwards, your client leans forward, you lean forward? Yeah. You heard of that? Everyone heard of that, so stop using that. It's a 20-over-year-old technique, okay? So people, HR know that, yeah? And we read that in the books 20 years ago. So now you don't, that's called mimicking. What I like you to mirror is mirror the personality, not the movement. So when you open the door, it's American guys say, hello, Chris, come right in. Nice to see you, high five. Oh, like a drink, coffee, a beer. Oh, if you're having a beer, let's have one, but why so yeah. So that's mimicking, mirroring. If you open the door, it's a demure Japanese lady. Hello, Christian, please come in. Would you like a drink? A tea, Japanese tea, ocha? No, I would like a beer. That is not mirroring. So you mirror the personality, not so much the actions. Okay? So with that, I think my time is up. And my parting words is, if you have nothing to hide, I have nothing to read. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Christian Chua. And at this point, we will be resuming with our next speaker in 1 minute.